Shalom. First, I want to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors into the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone who rule well, teach, and edify. And Shalom unto you, hopeful elect Akim Aquat and his household of faith. My name is Ishaya Yahweh Tazah. I'm going to do a video pursuant to the topic of the quote in the world. People like to say, I believe this actually started back in the 1800s. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Right? And that quote goes into, I think at its origination is actually like an anti-bullying type of thing. And even growing up, I heard it in cases of anti-bullying. You know, words can never hurt you. Words can never hurt thee. Right? Because, I mean, the way the world thinks, you know, these people are arrogant, right? Somebody tells them something, you got two witnesses telling them something that they are, and these people, these self-willed, bastardist people, refuse that, man. They have that setting of words can never hurt me, right? But this truth is something that you bring out to somebody, they get hurt real fucking quick, man, right? They get hurt real quick. You know, it doesn't take very long for them to start showing their fucking fangs, man. This generation of vipers and all the things that the scriptures refer to these people, man. And these people I'm referring to primarily the 2/3, the sons of men and the sons of the wicked, right? That's primarily who I'm talking about here. Because you say to a heathen that, you know, they're going to go into captivity and this world's going to fall. And the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel who are the true the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, is going to be saved. There's going to be 144,000 ruling class ruling under Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? And there's going to be this royal priesthood and kingdom, wherein dwelleth righteousness that shall last forever. You'd say that to these people, and then they think that you're crazy. Right? They think that you're crazy, and then you start proving it in the Bible, and then they start calling you out your name. Right? They saying, "Oh no, what that is what the what that doesn't mean that doesn't no what the," and then they start cussing you out, and they start asking you these rambunctious questions, and then, you know, y'all bros know it. You know, we've seen the many videos that have gone out all throughout the years of you know, a demon getting invoked out of these people. But I got Sirach 22:19. He that pricketh the eye will make tears to fall, and he that pricketh the heart will make it to show her knowledge. Right? The heart going into the word la'ab, which means your mind. Right? So he that pricketh the mind of these people, and who really pricks the mind of these people? Right? Who prophesies against great kings and nations and countries, man? The men of the Lord, right? Those righteous men who come into sound doctrine, which is given by Hashem Ruach HaKodesh of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Whom the world also hates, by the way, very much so. They hate the Lord, right? A lot of these jakes, especially these 2/3, are in that Barabbas spirit, man. They rather crucify the Lord, man, because they love Esau, and that goes all the way back, man. The subtle man Esau himself, man. That fucking, that terrible base man that they rather save. Anybody. Honestly, they rather save anybody but Yahweh Shai, you know? And that's the spirit that these 2/3 are in, bro. They hate the Lord. That's why you bring it out to them, you know, and they can't, not only do they not hear what you're saying, they just trying to find an avenue to argue against you. Most of the time, you talking to an average Jake about this Bible, about these scriptures, about this truth, about this gospel, and they're listening to you only to try to find a way to rebuttal and talk shit. That's the only thing that they're listening for. They're not listening to be edified. They're listening to talk shit, right? So regardless of the fact, you say something to them, and then not only that, not even just the Jakes, the 2/3, it's fucking heathens too, bro. Especially those fucking Edomites. You have a Christian Edomite, you know, saying turn the other cheek. Oh, JC loves you, brother. And then you start cutting them up in the scriptures, they're going to start calling you a nigger. You're going to see that motherfucking fang come out real quick, bro. These fucking wolves, bro. Esau Edom's a subtle man. He's a fucking wolf hidden in sheep's clothing, right? He's a fucking deceiver like that, right? That's why we don't trust no fucking Edomites, man. We don't welcome being around them like that. You know, you got to deal with them at work and all. Maybe you have them out as in-laws and shit like that, but we don't be fucking with them, man. Those be the first type of dudes that throw you in the fire, man. They ain't never gonna take the die for you, man. That's their fucking nature. That goes all the way back to Cain. That unclean ass spirit, man. Right? So you bring out this truth to them. You say this gospel, and you tell them what actually comes out the volume of the book, right? Which these Christian pastors always ignore to tell, because they're really signed off and they're really bought out. But you tell them that, and then you already know, man. You see the demon enrage out of these people, right? They saying shit that you never thought you would hear from them. But guess what? Those men of the Lord know they expect it. Y'all bro should know they expect it, bro. Y'all bro should definitely know they expect it. Right? Because when the Edomite gets mad, man, he throws a fucking tantrum like a motherfucker, bro. Boom. So we got Hebrews 4:12. It says, for the word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Right? These words cut. Right? They prick the heart of these people, like we just read. Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit. Right? Because they hear it physically, but what it really cuts is their spirit. When you're a fucking a so-called, white man, and they telling you that Esau Edom is the so-called white man, and you biblically prove that they're gonna go into captivity, baby's gonna be dashed, they're gonna be fucking, done away with after 1,000 years. You tell them these things, they like, what the fuck, and then they start tripping out. You don't know, man. Some of the things that these Edomites might hear walking across the camp, that might stick with them for the rest of their lives, man. They might look at the camp sign and see the true description of the Lord Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call JC, which they think is they really just look on that image of Caesar Borgia, right? Which originates all the way back into the times of Ptolemy. They read those precepts on it, and they actually see biblically that the Lord's description has him with dark skinned man. He's a dark skinned man. Looks like a so-called Negro, right? With the wool hair and all that. Right? And they see that, and they can't help but shake the feeling that these guys might be right. But they'll never admit that, because they're proud. They're proud, and not only are they proud, they're delusional as fuck. The most delusional people out there, bro. Right? They've been boasted up by their technology and fucking, the many campaigns that they've ran across, the world, bro. Esau Edom, he's conquered many people, man. Esau Edom's a fucking, he's a sword, man. Really, essentially, he's just a fucking sword. And the Lord has blessed him with that. So yeah, he's a very proud man. So when you tell him that this proud ass man, this ruler of the world, right, is gonna go into fucking captivity, beginning with the wicked elites, they fucking hear that and they're like, whoa, bro, nah, like, and it lingers with them, man. Right? And guess what, bro? We're gonna enter a time of persecution soon, man. Right? The demons, these vengeful spirits that the scriptures talk about, are gonna start waking up more and more, and it's gonna come out of everybody. It ain't even just gonna be from Esau. It's gonna come from everybody, man. But Esau Edom really is gonna come down even harsher, beginning at those wicked elites pursuing the Revelations 12:12, because but he have a short time, right? So bros, always be circumspect, because when this word goes out and it starts cutting people in the spirit, people ain't gonna feel good, man. These vengeful spirits gonna start waking up, slower and slower, man. I just read and Judah's rising up too, bro. I just read this thing the other week. Not the other week, Salaki. It was like 2 days ago or yesterday. There was two people went to the hood. Two of these Edomites went to the hood somewhere down south with clan gear on, the Triple K gear on, and they got fucking popped. right? They got straight up popped. That's hate on both sides of the ball, man. That's Judah rousing up, that lion rousing up, and that's also Esau Edom, you know, bringing that fucking spirit back, because they're bringing that spirit back, man. And it's going out slowly but surely. But reading on, it says, and the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, right? A discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when you cut these motherfuckers in the spirit, you see their true thoughts and intents. Just like we read, they shall show you her knowledge, right? So Yahweh Ratzazah, that was edifying. I want to lastly give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachak B'dash, Shalom, and Galek, Yah, Akim, and Hakwaz.